Okay, so I'm making this video for the people who are on my Twitter. This video won't be scripted and will be purely reactionary towards the Dragon Ball Super manga. So a few things I'd like to declare. One is that I haven't read the entire manga. I'm just discussing manga chapter number 41 up till manga chapter number 43. Meaning that I know little spoilers. I know some few details that are going to happen in the manga later on, but most of the things I'm going to discuss are the things that I've read in this manga. So basically everything I say in this video is susceptible to change, meaning if I criticize or praise an element in this video regarding the manga, it could change later on based on what happens. Cause based on what I've seen from the Tournament of Power, Toyotaro seems to have this amazing habit when writing the manga, where he seems to smoke weed and do crack in between chapters, and make some, let's say, questionable decisions. However, Toyotaro seems to pull no punches in chapter 42 as he introduces the new main villain of the story, Morro. Now, something about Morro. Morro, I don't know much about him, because like I said, I only read up till chapter 44. Sorry, I didn't mean 43 earlier, I meant 44. But based on what I've seen from him so far, he seems the first original actual villain of the series. I'm sorry, but Beerus, Goku Black, Frieza, Jiren, they're all, I won't say horrible villains, but I feel like none of them, let's discount Beerus, because Beerus is not really a villain. Although he was an antagonist, he wasn't really a villain. But for the other three guys, none of them felt original. First, Jiren was a piece of shit. He was boring. Goku Black is just basically evil Goku. We know that Zamasu is sort of like an original villain, but Goku Black himself, they've done it before with Turles, right? So with Morro, he seems a character who fights with his own abilities, which is kind of funny because when I made my video before, I was talking about Babidi and how Babidi has was supposed to be the strongest wizard in the universe and how his magic couldn't even work on Piccolo. But this guy is different. His abilities are on another level. But we will talk about him in a bit. First, I want to discuss how the trajectory of the story, okay? I don't want to take 20 minutes in this video, but I'll talk. The trajectory of the story is something that I still dislike in Dragon Ball Super. I do not know why they keep trying to focus on Goku and Vegeta. You have so many other characters in the show. You don't need to rely on Goku and Vegeta every time you introduce the story. You can start it with Goten and Trunks. You can start it with Krillin and Piccolo. I don't know, even Krillin and Piccolo is an awkward combination. But you know what I mean. You still have other characters that you can use to introduce this arc. Why do you have to bring the main two characters? And by the way, I haven't, again, like I said, I read up till chapter 44, but I can tell from now on, they're gonna get their ass kicked. It's just in the stars. The fact that Vegeta is telling, hey, Kakarot, I'm gonna take this first. That's the classic Vegeta saying that he will get his ass kicked. It's obvious. So I don't like that. I would really appreciate it if they try to take it from a different angle. Instead of only focusing on Goku and Vegeta and devaluing their Super Saiyan forms, why not try to take it from a different angle? They could easily just go through the Goten and Trunks route, because everybody knows, or most of you guys who watch my channel knows my stance about Goten and Trunks. I feel like they have so much room for development. So it feels like if the story would go through that route and try to introduce the main villain by maybe letting Goten and Trunks being the ones who join the forces, or they're the ones who try to save Majin Buu in the beginning of the story arc. It'll be more interesting if they fight the villain and we see how strong the villain when he kicks their asses. I know, yes, Goten and Trunks are nowhere near Goku and Vegeta, but it would still be far more interesting to have them in the story rather than just focusing on Goku and Vegeta. But anyways, there is not much to say. I know a little bit of the manga. I know they're gonna start focusing on the other cast. I know there is an upcoming fight for Gohan or Piccolo. I don't know the details again because I haven't read through that point, but I know they're gonna focus eventually on the other characters. I'm just talking about an introduction. And speaking of the introduction, it seems that a character called Mears bears a very interesting role in the series. I don't know much about him. I feel like a lot of people had issue with him jumping the gun, no pun intended, on Goku and Vegeta. I mean, based on Vegeta's reactions alone by himself, we can tell that this guy has a lot more to him than we initially thought. But anyways, I won't focus too much on mirrors. Instead, I'll go back to Morro, whom I think is a very interesting villain, like I said. I like his introduction to the series. We see him fighting the Grand Supreme Kai, which I think is a pretty cool idea, but I still don't get why they don't try to let the main villain fuck with Beerus or Whis. Like, and here's the thing, the problem with Beerus and Whis, like, where the fuck were they back then? Like, were they just like not present? Were they didn't care? Nobody told them about this like threat? Why is it always a Supreme Kai is going up to up against these guys? Like, I feel like Toritaro and Toriyama are so scared of making Beerus fight a main villain. It's like they're so scared to make Beerus lose. Like for me, it would be a lot more intimidating if we start the chapter with Morro destroying Beerus, like just destroying, demolishing him, just like one-shotting him. I don't care, something like that would make a lot more of an impact than the Grand Supreme Kai who got destroyed by Kid Buu. Like I know based on what they said that he lost a lot of power, so we can assume if he didn't fight against Morro, he could have easily defeated Kid Buu based on how much they said he lost power against Morro. But I still don't understand, how strong was he? Was he SSJ God tier? Was he Super Saiyan 3 tier? Was he Super Saiyan Blue tier? Like, it doesn't really resonate with me in terms of like, where does he scale in the Dragon Ball franchise? Like, it was just implied that he was stronger and he lost most of his strength, so it's up to me to interpret that, which is like one of the biggest problems and flaws in Dragon Ball Super. There isn't a clear scale. Yeah, some YouTubers and some like people in the power scaling community would try to justify and tell you some things based on, I don't know, some bullshit, really, like none of them actually know. But anyways, like they try to come up with a reason to try to justify some things or try to explain to you how strong this character is, which nobody could tell you unless Toriyama tells you himself. But anyways, going back to the topic, it would be more detrimental and more impactful if it was Morro against Beerus and Morro just destroys Beerus. It would be far more intimidating than just like seeing him destroying the Supreme Kais. Even though I like the flashback, like don't get me wrong, I like the fact that he can absorb planets and he can just feed on life forces. Like there's this awesome manga like panel of like Goku trying to scan for Morro, and he tries to scan with him, and Morro actually realizes that Goku was actually like trying to look for him, and Goku says that he has something terrifying about him. So it's not about his power per se, but it's like about like his aura. His aura is much more different. It's much more terrifying. It's like he explains it that there were a lot of people screaming in pain. So that's kind of like, I like it. I like his concept. Like, despite of what I said, the criticism I said like earlier, I still like Morro. I just don't like how sometimes it's kind of different or hard to scale him. But I get it. I get some people are going to tell me, well, Morro is different. Like his power comes from his magic and his abilities, so it doesn't matter if you try to scale him with power levels or whatever. But I still meant in a way to try to scale him, not in terms of power level, but in terms of where he stand next to the other characters. But yeah, we see basically initially that Super Saiyan God Vegeta fights against Morro, and by the looks of it, like I said earlier, Vegeta's gonna lose. It's just like one of the signs. It's just, you know, if Vegeta goes against like a main villain, he's just gonna get destroyed, regretfully. But yeah, those are just my initial thoughts, my initial reactions, just me going off without a script, going off like kind of basically blindly at this point. So if you guys like know more about the story and you have a bit of criticism towards what I said, it's fine. I'm just making this video just to basically talk to you and give you like my thoughts, and you guys can give me what sort of feedback. If you guys like this, I might try to do something similar for YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to upload this on YouTube. I'm going to upload it on Twitter. If Twitter doesn't accept this video, then I'm going to try to cut it and just put it on YouTube. But I'll put it on my second channel. So if you guys want to see more of this on my first channel, you guys can tell me. I still didn't get didn't get my monetization back, but I still want to make you guys more content, so I'm reading through the manga. But anyways, tell me what you guys think, and please just like the video if it's on YouTube, subscribe, and tell me what you think. Peace.